Huh?
Zapdos.
This is great! It's our lucky day! Alright, I've pledged to get all the Pokemon in the world. Now I'm ready to take the next step to be the #1 Pokemon Master. Enjoy your last moments of freedom,
Zapdos.
cause you're mine! Pokeball, go! I did it! Huh?
What the f is your problem? What's up, Pokemon fans? Mega Teddy Ursa here, and today, thanks to your votes, we are covering the Thunderbird of the Pokemon world, Zapdos. This Pokemon has been so interesting to learn about, and during my research process, I found out some amazing facts that were completely new to me. But before we jump into the origin, I want to introduce my buddy who has been helping me out with this video. If you guys enjoy Pokemon TCG and Pokatuber interviews, then this is the guy for you. How you doing today, Christos?
What's up everyone? This is Christos, and I just want to thank you so much, Mega Teddy Ursa, for having me on for this TCG portion of the Zapdos origin. Of the legendary birds, Zapdos is my favorite, so I was very excited to be covering this with you.
Awesome, dude. Well, okay guys, without further ado, let's start the video. Since the original 151, the legendary Zapdos has been soaring the skies of the Pokemon world, and has become a Pokemon many trainers could only dream of seeing in their lifetime. It is said that with each flap of its wings, the legendary Zapdos creates electricity that is released into the atmosphere. This electricity creates thunderstorms. Trainers have claimed that a Zapdos can be heard from miles away due to the crackling sound it produces when flying. But where did a Pokemon with such power originate from? Because this is a legendary Pokemon origin video, I'm going to try my best and answer the question on how this Pokemon was brought into existence. But due to the lack of solid evidence, the two closest possibilities I will present today are theories.
You said number 11.
But for your peace of mind, these are the only, and I mean only, two explanations that make any sense. So if the story is eventually told, I guarantee it will be one of these theories. If you guys think one of these sounds more promising than the other, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. The first origin theory that I will go into follows the bird that Zapdos was molded after, the lightning bird. The lightning bird is a creature in folklore of the tribes of South Africa. Just like Zapdos, it is said to summon thunder and lightning with its wings and talons, but the lightning bird was not of this earth. According to the legends, the lightning bird was created from whenever lightning touched the earth. Because of the similarities between the lightning bird and Zapdos, I found it could have been possible for the god Arceus to send a lightning bolt to earth containing a Zapdos. Personally, I believe this to be the case, but there is another really strong theory some of you may be slightly more familiar with. Many of you may know about the Pokemon Resurrection story. I went more into depth in my Ho-Oh origin video about it. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it up top. Once in the Johto region, a fire burned down a tower with 3 evolution Pokemon inside. Watching from above, the legendary Ho-Oh flew from the skies and resurrected these Pokemon, giving them legendary attributes. The resurrected evolution Pokemon are now known as the Dog Trio. Considering Ho-Oh was able to resurrect these Pokemon and give them legendary attributes, it has led many to believe he is the sole creator of the bird trio. Based on his typings and the history, it does match up pretty nicely with the original story. I have stated before that this was the true story, but the only thing that holds me back from this story now is the idea that their master Pokemon is Lugia. I understand that Lugia and Ho-Oh share a close bond, but it just wouldn't make sense for them to share a master that was not the creator of them. However these legendary birds were created, we do know one thing. They were created in a specific order. Let's start with Articuno. If you look at the first part of its name, you get Arctic, which stands for, of course, the Arctic. And then the second half of its name, Uno, which stands for 1 in Spanish. We also have Zapdos, with the first part of its name, Zap, as electricity, and Dos, which stands for 2 in Spanish. And last but certainly not least, we have Moltres, the first portion of its name representing molten lava because of the burning wings, and the second half representing Trace, which means 3 in Spanish. In regards to the Ho-Oh origin theory, this is a strong counter-argument that would make sense considering the legendary dog trio was brought into existence one by one. Shockingly enough, however, in one point in the Pokemon history, this bird trio was fused together, forming one great legendary bird. And no, this is not a joke. It's actually one of my favorite stories from Pokemon lore. In the Pokemon Adventures manga, I really don't know how to say that correctly, so I'm gonna say manga, a Team Rocket experiment fusing the 3 legendary birds together created the Pfizer. When I look at the Pfizer, I gotta be honest with you, I freaking love this thing. Imagine actually being able to battle with it in the core games. This thing would be an absolute powerhouse. But what I find interesting is that Team Rocket used a Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon DNA to beta test this legendary fusion. Honestly, when I heard that, I personally thought that it only made the case of Ho-Oh creating the legendary birds a stronger theory, because for some reason their DNA is similar. The Pfizer was an unstoppable force, and a powerful tool for Team Rocket to use. It wasn't until Red, Green, and Blue came together at the Silph Co building to destroy this Pokemon. During this epic battle, Sabrina the gym leader was commanding the Pfizer, which made it that much harder to defeat. After a long and grueling battle, Red, Green, and Blue used the power of their 3 starter Pokemon to destroy this legendary fusion. Once the Pfizer was finally destroyed, it unfused, and Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno flew back to their respected positions in the wild. Now that we know the possible origin of Zapdos, there's a lot of unknown things about Zapdos TCG. I'm gonna let my dude Christos take care of this, but he has some interesting facts to tell you guys.
So just as an overview, there are currently 24 Zapdos cards in rotation at the moment, and this includes promos and also the new tag team card recently released. They usually come out as a lightning or colorless type, and since it is a Gen 1 legendary, we've had them around since the original base and fossil sets. And just as a side competitive note, the recent Zapdos rare released in our team up set has been doing very well paired with cards like Pikarom and Jolteon GX, as well as assisted by Volkner. But focusing on the original Zapdos, it debuted on October 20th in 1996 in Japan and on January 9th in our English base set. The artist of this card is Ken Sugimori, who is a friend of one of Pokemon's original creators, Satoshi Tajiri, and has also been part of the team that created the artwork for the first Pokemon games. The original base set Zapdos is pretty hot online, with a decent grading at least, having a PSA 6 through 8 going for about 80, all the way up to PSA 10 that says about 130 or 140 depending on where you're getting it online. Zapdos has secured its popularity in the anime and TCG, and as I said before, is my favorite legendary bird, which is why I just want to thank you so much one more time, Mega Teddy Ursa, for letting me be part of this with you.
Dude, you killed it, and there are some cool things that I didn't even know about Pokemon TCG that maybe I'll try next time I get into it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I'll keep making these origin videos. There is a new series starting on this channel very soon, and we're launching it with my boy Trippy Trainer, so I'm excited to make that happen. Like always, Pokemon fans, take it easy, and peace out.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Make it 10.
Boom, 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 boom.
Subscribe.